Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1, Sentry 2, nearest hostile, MiG-23s, 2 ship, bullseye, 310, 80 miles, 29,000. Oh, 1, let's go home. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 290, 60 miles, 31,000. Mayday, mayday, bullseye, 300, 50 miles. Cowboy, Charlie shoot. Mayday, mayday, bullseye, 300, 50 miles. Jump, 1-1, buddy spike. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 335, 140 miles, 20,000. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 330, 140 miles, 20,000.
Altitude, altitude.
Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 045, 50 miles, 17,000. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2, request picture. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2, picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 310, 40 miles, 31,000. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 065, 60 miles, 19,000. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 315, 50 miles, 6,000. Fox 2. Fox 2. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 010, 100 miles, 28,000. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2, request picture. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2, picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 075, 60 miles, 17,000. Fox 2. Fox 2.
Fox 2.
Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1, Sentry 2, nearest hostile, MiG-23, bullseye, 325, 40 miles, 12,000. Buzzsaw 5-1, in. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2, request picture. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 005, 120 miles, 28,000. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2, picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 080, 60 miles, 17,000. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2, declare. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly. I'm ejecting. Intruder, we are heading home. Bone 3-2, buddy spiked. Intruder 4-2, shoot spotted. Set up rest cap here. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1, Sentry 2. The area appears to be clear. Sentry 2, Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1, Sentry 2. The area appears to be clear. Ported 9-1. Engaging. Target bullseye 305, 50 miles, 25,000. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 090, 80 miles, 17,000. 3, Fox 3 long.
1, Fox 3 long.
2, Fox 3 long. Four, Fox 3, medium. 3-1, engaging, target bullseye, 305, 50 miles, 22,000.
1, Fox 3 long.
Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 360, 120 miles, 28,000. One, Fox 3 long. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1,
Altitude.
Sentry 2, nearest
Altitude.
hostile, MiG-25, Singleton, bullseye, 090, 80 miles, 24,000. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 120 miles, 28,000. Hornet 1-1, engaging, target bullseye, 100, 80 miles, 3,000.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye,
Caution.
085, 80 miles,
Caution.
17,000.
Altitude, altitude.
Intruder 4-2, engaging, bullseye, 305, 40 miles, 18,000.
Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude.
Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye, 090, 80 miles, 17,000.
Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Sentry 2, radar
Altitude.
contact bullseye.
Altitude.
095, 80
Pull
miles.
up. Pull up.
17,000.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Active. Bullseye.
Altitude.
325, 100
Altitude.
miles.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Fox 2.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Fox 2. Fox 2. Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. I need a vector to threat. Falcon 1,
Altitude.
Sentry 2. The area appears
Altitude.
to be clear. Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye. 040, 80 miles. 27,000.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2. Request picture. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2. Picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit at bullseye 095, 100 miles. 16,000.
Altitude. Altitude.
1, Fox 3 long. 2, Fox 3 long.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. 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 Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Sentry 2, radar contact bullseye. 30,
Bingo. Altitude. Altitude.
1,000.
Blazer 1-2, descend to 3,000, maintain 300 knots. Blazer 1-1, turn right to final approach course 260, slow to approach speed.
Blazer 1-1, on final.
Blazer 1-2, descend to 2,000, maintain 230 knots, turn right heading 165. Blazer 1-2, turn right heading 165.
Cowboy 1-1, inbound for landing. Cowboy 1-2, inbound for landing.
Altitude. Altitude.
Sentry 2, Falcon 1-2, request picture. Falcon 1-1, Sentry 2, picture clear.
Good morning, Blazer 1-1, Pohang Tower, cleared for landing, runway 26, check gear down. Blazer 1-2, turn right to final approach course 260, slow to approach speed.
Blazer 1-2, on final.
Cowboy 1-1, descend to 3,000, maintain 250 knots, runway 26. Cowboy 1-2, orbit for
Altitude.
spacing 5,000.
Altitude.
Cowboy 1-2, orbit for spacing 5,000. Cowboy 1-2, maintain 300 knots.
Cowboy 1-1, descend to 2,000, maintain
Altitude.
230 knots,
Altitude.
turn right heading 260.
Altitude. Altitude.
Good morning, Blazer 1-2, Ohang Tower, cleared for landing, runway 26, check gear down.
Altitude. Altitude.
Cowboy 1-1, ready select. Falcon 1-2, declaring an emergency.
Falcon 1-2, Pohang approach. You are cleared for immediate landing. Runway 26, alerting soft. Good morning, Falcon 1-2, Pohang Tower, cleared for landing. Runway 26, check gear down. Cowboy 1-1, turn left to final approach course 260, check approach speed. Cowboy 1-2, descend to 4,000, maintain 250 knots, turn right heading 160, runway 26.
Cowboy 1-1, on final. Sting 9-4, ready for departure.
Sting 901, hold short. Good morning, Cowboy 1-1, Pohang Tower, cleared for landing, runway 26, check gear down. Sting 901, taxi, runway 26. Sting 902, taxi, runway 26. Sting 903, taxi, runway 26. Cowboy 12, descend to 3000, maintain 300 knots, runway 26. Cowboy 12, descend to 2000, maintain 230 knots, turn right heading 260. Sting 901, Bohang Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 26. Cowboy 12, turn left to final approach course 260, check speed. Sting 902, Bohang Tower, resume on navigation. Cowboy 12, Bohang Tower, cleared for landing, runway 26, check gear down.